crazy weird thing that happened to me in a session. I believe it was yesterday. I looked down and my left leg, just the calf of it all the way up to my knee, was covered in flea bites. I do have 2 cats that I got right before quarantine because someone needed to rehome them and they had grew up together, so I took them. My kids had seen fleas and were treating for them, getting the ointments on the back of the neck and the spray around the house and all of the things and bathing them and all the stuff you need to do. But they hadn't been bothering me, and it was just my left leg, just the calf. So I told the person on the phone, I said, I know this sounds bizarre, but who is the female in your life that is sucking you dry? Blood-sucking pest. She knew right away who it was. We were able to heal it based off of just that. It was so intense that it happened as soon as we started talking. And there were 4 fleas on me when I felt it. It's crazy. About a month, maybe 2 ago, I was on the phone with the client and I was sitting in this papasan chair that I have next to the window. That guy right there. I sit there a lot during my sessions and I asked the person because I saw 10 to 15 teeny tiny frogs jump over to my window up to me, and I was like, dude, do you have something to do with frogs? What is this? It was just a crazy amount of frogs. And she's like, I think that's my grandfather, and she went into a story about it. And as she was talking about it, a whole new group of frogs just came. And every time she talked about her grandfather, more frogs would come. Out of nowhere, I had where I was talking to someone on the phone and we were having a really good session. And all of a sudden I saw 4 or 5 vultures land on the other side of the lake. Vultures are my bird because they have to do with death and rebirth. It's reincarnation, so it's connected to me. I was like, I think you and I have a life together somewhere. And then as soon as I said that, one of the vultures came and flew to the tree right by my window. There was a row of trees. And yeah, we definitely had a life together. We lived in the 1920s together and worked together. She was one of my best friends that I worked with. And I had, I got to be careful with words here. Not continued my life because of my own actions. It's the only life that I've done that in, and it was that life. And the vultures were like, yeah, you guys know each other, and you need a time that I was supposed to move to the Tampa area, or at least I felt like I was supposed to. I felt like I was supposed to move there, and it was connected to my twin flame. He's really connected to the locusts, the big what are the name of those grasshoppers? The big orange and yellow ones. There's another name for them. And I felt like I was supposed to move there even though I wasn't quite ready for it yet. I was just going to take a leap of faith. Grasshoppers are also linked to leap of faith. So I met him down in this area at a mall, and when I got in my car, I saw one dead and then another one dead, and then I was like, this is really bizarre. And then I looked around me, it was a biblical amount, just dead, just covering the ground. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm not supposed to come down here right now. This is a very clear indication that death, do not take a leap of faith. This is the wrong time. So I listened and I didn't come down here yet. But I am here now, of course. So it's just another session that I had where an animal came to my window was this beautiful yellow butterfly. And I was like, yeah, I live by the lake. I see tons of different birds all the time, but butterflies, I really don't see those that often. So I asked the client, what do you think of when you think of butterflies? And it was her dog. Her dog had a message for her. Her dog was her spirit guide. And then we healed and cleared a lot of stuff that was going on. Also, there was another clue that happened with her dog, but the butterflies were the first indicator. And I found that to be super interesting because, again, there aren't a lot of butterflies out there. And it was a message for the animals. I've talked about it before that you're, if you have plumbing issues, that could be linked to emotional issues as well. If you're having joint pains, like your left elbow, that's flexibility from moving from the past to the present. I was actually talking to my twin flame today, and he had his left bicep was really hurting. So I walked him down that emotional path, and I said, okay, so if left is past, elbow is flexibility, what does the bicep represent to you? And he said strength. And I said, okay, well, you were just talking about your job. So not having the strength to move from your past to your present is an issue for you right now. So until you clear that, you're going to have a pain, a sore in your left butt. What's really, really interesting to me is one that's linked to karmic partners. So if you can't tell if your person that you're connected to is right for you or not, look at your physical world. When you started talking to this person, did you have a lot of glass break, plates break? Were there klutzy things? Did your car break down? Did you lock your keys out of, lock yourself out of the house? Weird stuff that you don't normally do. That usually means that the person is not an energetic match for you and it's showing up in your world. That's always a super big clear sign for me, because, sometimes you're confused. Your heart and your brain say, yeah, this feels good. This feels right. And, there's a tug back and forth, a tug and pull. And that means that there's an emotional, a soulmate connection there. Well, if shit's falling apart around your house and in your life after meeting this person, the universe is trying to tell you they're not for you. You know how if you just start thinking of a song, when you're talking to someone and their words spark an interest in or a memory in your brain connected to a movie phrase or a song lyric, that's usually a message for them. You can start looking at the lyrics or that scene from that movie and send it to them and it's a message for them. But that's more like a channeling.